So the people who are getting kicked off of EBT or severely cut, but there are no jobs, but the government's like, if you want to eat, you have to have a job. What's the workaround?
You can volunteer. You can volunteer. You can go to a hospital and be one of those volunteer candy stripers. You can go to your local pound and volunteer to clean out kennels. There's all kinds of volunteer opportunities that you can do. You can go to different websites and sign up to be a volunteer at different things. You just have to volunteer. It's the same 80 hours a month. You can work for free, okay? And it's astronomically astounding to me that this conversation still has to be had. What's the workaround? There is no workaround. Get a job. There's no job. There's jobs. There's jobs. They might not be the jobs that you think that are up to your standard, making $30 an hour or $150,000 a year, whatever your standard is, but there's jobs. I live in a small, no-name ass town, and there's so many jobs in this town. You wouldn't think there'd be that many jobs in this town, but there's so many jobs in this town. Our gas station down on the corner can't keep people. Pizza Hut over here, they be hiring like crazy. They can't keep people. Nobody wants to come into work. I just finished a video of another guy who works at a job, and he's like an HR recruiter, and he reads off people's resumes, and the resumes are fucking wild. One guy put his past employer or his past employment was street pharmacist. And these are real applications that he's reading off. It's fucking wild. And to all the people who are saying, well, I put out 100 applications in a whole month. I went on Indeed and I just fired them off and they're all scams. Let me ask you something. Are you following up with any of these applications? Are you giving these people a call? Like if you applied at the McDonald's down the block from your house, okay, if you applied online, did you wait a day or two and then give them a call and say, hey, I applied for a job. I was just wondering what the status of that application was. Because that's what we had to do when we were younger, but it was paper applications. You had to fill it out on paper and physically turn it in. But I would think that the same thing would apply to today. Are you calling and following up? Are you making multiple calls to follow up to show that you are very interested and you feel like you are very qualified? Or are you just spamming out application after application after application and then coming on the internet and whining about it? And I've listened. I've seen the stories and I've been in the position where this company, they drug me out for weeks. I applied, I went and I interviewed, I went for a second interview, I went for a third interview, then they chose somebody else, then that somebody else didn't show up after the first week, so they called me back and I had another interview, and then they decided again they weren't going to go for me. Okay, they were going to go with somebody else, totally fine, fuck, whatever. But then they called me back a couple weeks, like I get it, there's those companies out there. That third time they called me back, I told them to piss right off. I wasn't even, and I was overqualified for this job. I just really wanted it because I thought it would be fun. And I knew I'd be really good at it. I had a lot of experience with it. And I get it. There's some companies out there like that. But it's hard for me to believe that you were spamming out 100 or 1,000 applications and not getting any callbacks, but you're following up. There's jobs. Being on EBT and government assistance is not a job. That's a drain on the taxpayers. That's exactly what it is. So let's start calling a spade, shall we?